Hey, what's up everyone? Dr. Tony Crone here for Wellness Wednesday number 18. Today we're getting on the floor and I'm showing you two exercises, the push-up and the plank, just to make sure that you're doing them correctly so you can get the best bang for your buck and not injuring yourself further if you're doing them incorrectly. So if you were on just a little bit ago, we've had a little bit of interruption with some bad connection, so hopefully this goes all the way through. But first, for an announcement, if you didn't see this morning, we posted an event that we're doing a food drive for the Well Outreach. So scroll down just a little bit, see that event, see the items that they're needing. We're gonna have boxes up front for the whole month of October for you to come in to donate things that they need to be able to stock their shelves for all those individuals who utilize their services, especially with the holidays coming up and all the things that they may need if they're having trouble with COVID. It's just a great way that we can give back to the community and that you can lend a helping hand as well. Okay, so that's gonna last the entire month of October. The list is there. Drop them off during that month when we're open. And if you don't wanna come in, give us a call and then we can meet you in the parking lot to grab it as well. But we're gonna get into the movements, okay? So the push-up and the plank are two really good movements that we can strengthen our front chest muscles as well as our core when performed correctly. So a lot of times they're not performed correctly because we don't have the strength, the resiliency in these muscles to maintain a neutral spine. So what happens is people extend or arch through their low back, which creates that excess movement or that excess strain in that hinge point. And a lot of times that's where that pain is that people come in with, especially if they're working out and that's causing them pain. Okay, so we want to elongate or keep the spine neutral as we're going through these movements because it's just going to help protect our body. We're able to utilize that intra-abdominal pressure because the rib cage and pelvis are parallel to one another, so we can breathe through it. So as you're going through the movement, you want to think that you're tucking your pelvis backwards, or we call it counter-nutating. I'm going to grab the spine here right by the camera, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so as we're in that plank position or that push-up position, a lot of people fall into this extension, which creates that stress in that one hinge point. So we want to actually kind of keep that neutral spine or almost roll our pelvis backwards to keep our back straight, and I'll show you what I mean here in a little bit. Okay, if we just move too much, that creates way too much strain there. That's where we get our pain, and then it turns into a whole different workout. We're compensating with those big back muscles, which is creating the compression. So when we're done, when performed correctly, it's a powerful exercise because you can actually get the muscles moving that are supposed to do it and balance both sides out. Because if we have unequal work on both sides, then that pulls us into one direction or the other, or just throws everything kind of out of whack. To say it in an easy term. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. So we're gonna start with the push-up. So everything that you've been taught with the push-up stays the same. You just gotta make sure that that back stays neutral the entire duration of up and down movement and not falling into extension, okay? So I'm gonna show you here what I mean. So you just go hands under shoulders. Notice how my back, I'm starting out with it nice and flat. So what I mean, when people fall into this extension, they create that compression in that low back, which furthers their low back pain and destabilizes the spine and makes this a little bit harder to do. Whereas if we posterior pelvic tilt or flatten out the low back, then we're able to get a better movement through our upper body and utilize our core and that breath to help perform as we go down nice and slow and then all the way back up. Okay, so that position is also where we can hold our plank in. We're just not going through the descent or dropping our chest down to get that push-up action. We're creating that long spine to work the core. And one thing that you'll know as you're tilting that pelvis backwards is that your core is more engaged as you do it. If you don't believe me, once we're done with this video, I want you to hop down on the floor and you can try it, whether you're on your elbows for a plank, which is a little bit easier to do, or up on top of your hands. So as we hold this position, I want you to think about tucking that tailbone backwards, not arching like I'm doing, but keeping that spine nice and flat and holding, okay? The moment that you fall into extension in that low back, the exercise is done, okay? You're recruiting other muscles, you're not doing the right movement, and that's what we need to work from to be able to protect our back and prevent injury. Okay, so if you're doing those two exercises incorrectly, make those changes that I talked about, a nice long spine, everything's nice and relaxed, loosey-goosey, and you'll start to feel more of a workout with the core as well as the chest, so then you can get the right gains that you're looking for. Awesome, thanks for joining me today, everyone. And next week, we're gonna have a really fun video that I think everyone's gonna enjoy. So have a good day, and we'll see you next week.